Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu rasulillah. Last time we talked about all the words that were mabni, and they were huruf and fil madi, fil amr and hazir sigha, and fil mutari in the 6 and 12 sighas, and with nun ta'kid. And we said ism is the hardest one, and the rest of the chapter is dedicated to which ones are mabni and mu'rab. But the ones that are mabni will have these four characteristics. They resemble harf that they're less than 3 letters, or they resemble harf in that they had a harf originally as part of the word. They resemble this mabni asl, original mabnis, original mabnis, in meaning or independence. And we talked about this. So a mabni word, therefore, is one that does not change. But in a sentence, if a mabni word comes over here, but ordinarily it would take in the form of a rough one, and that happened to be a rough one. So it doesn't change form, but you say it is in the position of raf'in. So you say fi mahalli, okay, fi mahalli, okay, raf'in, okay, fi mahalli raf'in, like this. And if it comes in a position where it's supposed to be nasab or jar or jazm, you say similarly fi mahalli, okay, fi mahalli nasbin, or jarrin, or or jazmin, right? It's like jasmine. So it won't change form, but you say it's in the condition. So it's in the place of a rafa. It's in the place of a nasab, in the place of a jar or jazm. That's how you say that. Okay. Now we shall go on with our discussion to the next section. Okay. So now we're going to talk about declinable words. Okay. So declinable words. So basically, all that are mu'rab among the verbs, okay, is kind of opposite of what we just did before, okay? In verbs, so this section is about al-mu'rab, mu'rabun, al-mu'rabu, okay? And in regards to verbs, af'al, okay, al-af'al, al-af'al, among the verbs, okay, we know all fi'l al-madi are mabni, and we know fi'l mudari 6 and 12 and nun ta'kid are mabni. So all except for that. So all mudari are mu'rab except, this symbol means except 6th and 12th sigha, the jama' mu'annas sigha, and those that have nun ta'kid, okay, nun at-ta'kid, either khafifa or saqila. So that we understand. It's kind of like the negative of what we did before. And among the nouns, al-asma'u among the nouns, okay, those that are mu'rab, okay, those that are mu'rab, mu'rabun, okay, those that are among the nouns, they're given the name, okay. If they're mu'rab, they're called mutamakkin. Mutamakkin, this is a new word, basically, which means that there are mutamakkin, and this only is for nouns. Mutamakkin, mutamakkinun, mutamakkin. So mu'rab nouns are also called mutamakkin, and mabni nouns are also called غير mutamakkin, therefore, right? You get that, right? So mu'rab. The another point that's made over here is that a noun is mu'rab, okay? A noun is mu'rab only when used in a sentence. Only when in a sentence. So if it's sitting by itself, it's mabni, okay? Like in the title of something. Like if I just write babun or something like that, okay? It's mabni, okay? It's by itself. That's it's one of those slightly nerdy rules, I guess, but um, that's the way it is. So a noun is morab. A morab noun is morab only when it's a sentence. If it's sitting by itself, it is actually mabni. Mabniun ala whatever it's mabni on. Okay? Alright. And then so we talk about all so remember the nouns are the major category that are uh, um, difficult to figure out if they are mu'rab or mabni, right? So we talk about all the nouns that are mabni, all the nouns that are mabni. So this is types of nouns, types of indeclinable nouns. Declinable nouns. This is actually the most important list because the rest of the chapter will be about all of these. Okay, this is aqsamu. Okay, this is aqsam, which means types. Aqsamu. أقسام أسماء types of nouns that are مبنية المبنية المبنية okay أقسام الأسماء المبنية not منقوط not and مضاف إليه construction أقسام الأسماء المبنية types of indeclinable nouns and this is a list of 8 things. Okay, this is a list of 8 things, so we're gonna have to remember. The first is this is huwa huma hum. Okay, this is like the most basic Arabic word. If you don't know this, it's like you're like dumb or damair. Okay, so damair ad damair, okay, which are personal pronouns. Ad damairu ad damairu. So the first type of indeclinable words are ad damair. Okay, huwa huma hum. This is an example. Huwa is an example of damair. These are personal pronouns. Personal pronouns. Okay, PP. So if I remember, if you don't know what huwa is, you're dumb. It's like damair. So that category is damair. Personal pronouns are damair. The next 4, the words that are in types of nouns that are indeclinable. The words all start with al asma'u. Okay, I'll show you. Al. So just write it. Asma. Okay, we'll just write this. Al asma'u. Al asma'u. Al asma'u. These are 4 of them. Okay, all of them start with this. Al asma'u. Okay, so you have to come up with 4 words that are al asma'u. Okay, so the first with al asma'ul mawsula. Okay, al asma'u mawsula. Al asma'u mawsulat. Okay, so the way I remember al asma'ul mawsula. Okay, al asma'ul mawsula. This is huwa, and this is the relative pronouns, right? It's a relative pronoun. Allazi. Okay, allazi. Okay, huwa allazi. Okay, and asma al-mawsula. And after that, you have asma al-ishara. Okay, al-ishara. Ishara. al-asma'u isharati. Okay, so these are the uh, these are relative pronouns. Allazi. Okay, and this is ذلك. This is demonstrative pronouns. Okay, so the way I try to remember this. Okay, Hua is like, if you don't know Hua, is like Domayer. Okay, you're dumb. So Hua is the most one category. All the Damair, which are personal pronouns, Hua, Huma, Hum, these are Mabni. And there's Asma. Al-Asma Mawsula. Mawsula. Al-Asma Mawsula. هو الذي, like هو الذي, هو الذي. So أسماء الموصولة, الذي, the relative pronouns, like there's the relative of ضمائر. So الذي. Demonstrated pronouns that show. الأسماء الإشارة, they show. Okay. So let me put color coding correctly here, right? أسماء الإشارة. Okay. ذلك. Okay, this is demonstrated pronouns. Okay, relative demonstrated pronouns. Okay, and then what do we have left? There's two more left. Asma Ishara. Okay, and this is a funky category. Okay, Asma of noun equals verbs. Okay, nouns are Asma ul Af'al. Nouns, I put that noun equals words right there. But al Af'al. Nouns that are actually verbs. Nouns that act as verbs. So this is noun is equal to verbs. Okay, you can put that on this side. So we need something like noun is equal to verbs. Okay, so nouns are equal to verbs. Okay, and then there's a funky category. Okay, and asma'ul awsat. Okay, asma'ul aswat. Aswati. Okay, and this is a category where I put a slot in there, like that's supposed to be like a volume button type thing. Asma'ul awsat. Volume. There's a sod here, okay, for the aswat. Okay, again, I'll put the cartoon on this side. So here's a cartoon of a volume button, which has a slot in it for aswat. And then I'll put the law there. Slot going towards the law. Because the next one is a law. Okay, so we got this. So there's three more left, guys, okay? Three more left, okay? So we can do it. So these are al-aqsamul asma'il mabniya, the mabni nouns. Okay, there's 8 of them. So we have 1, 2, 3. We got 5 down. Okay, and then if you notice this here, al-asma'ul aswat, nouns that denote sound. Okay, nouns that denote sound. There's a sound button here with a sawt in it. Aswat is going towards the za. And the next one, because the next one is a zuruf. Okay, I'll use this word. Now this one does not. So there's only 4 in asma, and then the next one is a zuruf. Zuruf. Okay, azaf. Okay, these are adverbs. A zuruf. That's the zuruf. Is this sort is to remind that zuruf. Okay, and then the next two are this. One starts with the key, and the next one with the B. Okay. So, al, okay. Kinayat, al-kinayatu, okay. So, al-kinayat are nouns, okay, which indicate quantity, unspecified quantity. Unspecified quantity. That's kinayat. And then, and the next one is ki and a b, right? And the next one is المركب البنائي, which we have seen before. المركب البي so المركب البنائي. Let me erase this, okay. المركب البنائي. البنائي. Okay, these are numerical phrases like أحد عشر. Numerical phrase. Okay, so this is it. So this is the list that we're supposed to memorize, okay? So let's talk about this list. How are we going to memorize this? Okay, so these are mabni nouns, okay? So how to make the first one is easy. It is huwa, which is dhamir. This is a personal pronoun, huwa dhamir. The next four are asma. Okay, allazi zalika. Okay, allazi zalika. Allazi is relative pronouns. Zalika is demonstrative pronouns. It means to showing where this is, right here and there, etc. So, asma'ul mawsula, allazi, asma'ul mawsula, demonstrate the relative pronouns. Al asma'ul ishara, okay, that's demonstrative pronouns. Asma'ul af'al is noun equals nouns that act as verbs. And asma'ul aswat, okay, nouns that represent sounds of things and have a sound symbol, and there's a zat here to remind the zuruf, all the adverbs, zuruf. And then the last two are al-kinayat, nouns which indicate an unspecified quantity, and finally murakkab al-binai, the numerical phrases, hada ashrat, isna ashrat, salasda ashrat, those type. Okay, these are the 8 category of nouns. Okay, so that's it. So you have to memorize this. The remainder of the chapter is this, okay, that we have to know, okay, and talk about each of these individually in detail. The mabni nouns are this, okay. So this is aqsamu, this asma'i, mabniyatu, okay. So these are aqsamu, okay, these are aqsamu, asma mabniyati. This is it. So you have to memorize this list of 8. Again, huwa, which all the damair, and then for asma al-mawsula, asma al-ishara, asma al-af'al, asma al-awsat. Mawsula is ism mawsula alladhi, ism ishara zalika, okay. Ism ishara like zalika al-kitab, ism ishara starts, right? Asma al-mawsula alladhi, okay, and asma al-af'al, noun sounds verbs, and asma al-awsat, and zarf al-kinayat, and al-murakkab al-bina'i. Okay, inshallah we get this. As-salatu was-salamu ala rasulillah walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.